had a really light shipping day, and I thought I would do a video because I watch so much YouTube while I'm shipping, so thought I'd contribute. Just looking up the items you gotta pull up, and of course tape and a scale are a must. First we got this little blazer, kind of has like Wes Anderson kind of vibes to it. I actually wore it a few times while it was in the store, so I hope they like it. I'm sure at one point it had the pants, so it was like a whole suit, probably like a little polyester uniform. You don't have to wrap things with paper, but sometimes I do. I like receiving things on eBay when I can feel like that someone put a little bit of time into it. Plus free packing supplies. This is my favorite poly mailer. It's like, I feel like 15 inches or something. Like sometimes it's overkill when you just fold it over, but it's way better than fooling with a bunch of different sizes just to have one size and just fold it. Usually I just sit here in the living room. I have an office space, like I have a shed and everything that I can do everything civilized, like in a desk setting, but I always just keep coming back to the living room so I can watch YouTube and podcast and just, hang out with my cats. Books lately are just, I've been listing so many of these books that are like, they're kind of like academia books, but not textbooks. Like, textbooks, I feel like every year they become obsolete. But these books, they just use them year after year. Like, usually it's like Oxford or Princeton Press makes them. And, like, it just fits with different class curriculums. So they're usually, like, go from, like, 20 to 40 bucks. And how easy it to ship a book, Like, you don't need a box. You just take, like, a big box that you see, like an Amazon box, and you just cut all the little flats of it, and you end up with, like, 15 little rectangles of cardboard that you can just kind of fold over your items. So you're not searching frantically for just the right box, which I did that in the beginning. Like when I first started eBay, like years ago, I was so concerned with having just the right box, but now I just kind of make my own rules with it. This was a cute book. Kind of like a graphic novel comic sort of thing. This paper I get, some of it is from a thrift store I go to. They have it like ready to wrap up, and if there's a long line, like I'll be like, no, don't worry about it. Like, I don't really need them to spend time wrapping my things, but it was slow in there, so I was like, oh, sure. And I love free shipping supplies. Like if I'm driving down the road and I see like a nice business is putting boxes out, like a pet store or something. Like the dog food boxes are meant to hold like really heavy bags of dog food, so they're always like, oh, let me have those. And they're happy to give them to you most of the time. Another book, I just, like, if I see a book that has an interesting but sort of, small sort of demographic of people who would want it, I think, it's usually worth looking at. Because you see the same books in the thrift store, like, literally, you see, like, Patricia Cornwell, Dan Brown, Balducci. Like, you see these same books just over and over and over again. So, like, if you see something that you've never seen before, usually it's worth looking at. Not that I don't pick up common things, like if I see a hardback Harry Potter that looks like original, I always pick it up because it could be a first edition. And even like the later printings, like they only get like 30 or 40 bucks, but the idea of it being the original one is enough to, it's like a lottery. Like, you go to 7-Eleven, you buy a lottery ticket even though you only win like 50 bucks in the scratchers. But I have had some great books that are actual lottery. I was trying to stuff this into the flat rate because you gotta try. You gotta save like this will if it fit in here, it would save like maybe $4. But yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But better just to pay up. Less stress, because if you're spending like 10 minutes trying to put it into one of those little flat rates, you're really tripping over pennies trying to spend all your time like saving a few bucks. It's not worth it. Just because in that time you could have listed like 3 things. I like writing the names on the packages because when I go to put the labels on later, you're not doing the switch like where you accidentally put the wrong label on somebody's item and then 2 people get the wrong thing. Which I've probably done that 3 times in 5 years and like 20,000 packages, but you remember the times you do. It's like the dumbest mistake. Usually it's because it's 2 women or 2 people that have the same very similar sounding names, like Mary Blank, and like it's 2 Marys. Like one day last week, I swear I had 7 people named David order books, and like I was like, oh, I better look at the last names because all the labels would have just said David on them. And I knew it was just like a accident waiting to happen. Plus, people like seeing handwriting on the thing. It lets them know that you're human. And you're not, some like artificial intelligence and some kind of warehouse and forklifts are involved. Like, people like a little bit of a human touch. And they like to help each other out, These are so cute. They're called calico critters. I had no idea that they were this old because there's stores for them now, and they're really expensive. It's kind of like, it's definitely for rich kids. It's like they have little doll houses and they have little accessories that you can do, and you could spend hundreds of dollars in one, just like one little bag you walk out with. But it's definitely cute. If I was rich and I had kids, I would have so much fun taking them to some kind of store like that. And this sold for a lot of money. I mean, it was like $60. I mean, for toys like this, it's like not a bad investment if your kids take care of their toys. It's not even in the box. If they were in the box, you get more. But if you buy things for your kids that you can sell later, it makes it worth it. This is all fit in this flat rate box, so it's $13 shipping. I was hoping it would be closer and, like if it sold to someone in California, it would have only been $8 shipping, but I actually stored it in this flat rate box just in case it was going to the East Coast and it ended up doing that, so. Now we're doing the labels. This, comes at the end. This is the light at the end of the tunnel. Some days you have like 45 packages and the label taping happens at like 4:45 and the post office closes at 5 o'clock. So this is when you're like, okay, we're getting done. And I know like the Dymo printer is way more efficient and you could just peel it off and you don't have to sit in here fighting with the tape gun and everything. But I actually get paper and tape for free right now. So, if I ever don't, then I'll go ahead and get the Dymo printer. But I don't know, kind of feels like a cult. Like there's always these girls that are like, I'm giving a giveaway. It's a Dymo printer. But maybe Dymo wants you in the cult, so you buy their labels, which I have no idea how much they cost, but I'm sure it's fine. It works for a lot of people, especially the Poshmark girls. They are always like promoting that thing like it's an oxygen tank, for people who need to breathe. Like they love the Dymo printer. But here it is. I'm out of tape. This is like stressful. This is like the equivalent of your Power Wheels dying when you're a kid. It's like you can hear the like battery just going like, meow. Party's over. And this is the reason why I don't get manicures anymore, because of this tape situation. It's like people will be like, hey, let's go get a manicure. It's like I visualize just peeling the tape. And peeling like tags off of things you bring home. But I want to go get a manicure. Kind of want to do like a sage green color. Maybe I'll go tomorrow. Be a nice little treat. My fingernails get like hangnails pretty bad, and they like snag on stuff. Like a piece of clothing, like my hangnail, the side of my fingernail will get like, Here we are, last one. I'm so excited. I'm going to load up the car. I'm going to go to the post office and going to go by the thrift store afterward, because today was kind of light. Thank you for watching. I'm still learning this like editing process stuff.